Hey guys, this is Tim from Those1Guys 758 here. Today what I'm going to do is kind of, I guess, like a little product review, kind of give you my opinion on certain sleeves that I like that we can get from local game stores here in the local Columbus area. I've got 6 different kinds of sleeves. I'm going to give you my opinion on them. I'm going to check them out with a few cards, see how they feel with a little minor shuffle, kind of go from there. Sleeves that we got: your general run-of-the-mill Ultra Pro Pro Mats, the Ultra Pro Eclipse, some Dragon Shields, some Ultimate Guard Matte Supreme, and newly released this week here in the States, some Ultimate Guard Katana, Japanese size. So we'll go ahead and check these out in that order. As I said in the second episode of the Discard Pile, right now I'm really big fan of the Ultimate Guard Eclipse sleeves. That's what I'll be using right now for a little bit. I'm excited to test out these Katana sleeves. Kyle was telling me how they feel in Magic. So starting off first with these, just run-of-the-mill Ultra Pro, regular small deck protector sleeves. I like to keep a new pack of these on hand just in case anything happens. If your sleeves get damaged or somebody calls you out on it and you just need to re-sleeve real quick, they're nice, they're inexpensive, they're easy to get in and out of. They've got the matte finish on the back, and ultimately with these white, they look nice. So what I'm gonna do, get a couple of these cards sleeved up, see how they feel to shuffle around, talk about what I think some pros and cons are with these. So starting off, how they fit around the card. There's not a super big border around them as far as where the white is. I like that because it's nice, neat, and snug. The stack test, the only thing that I will say about the run-of-the-mill Ultra Pro is you have that when you have new sleeves. The gloss side is really slick, and it can be kind of annoying when it comes to trying to play with an organized surface, I guess would be the correct way to say it. But just if I were to shuffle these real quick, again, with there only being like 10 cards, it's not that big of a deal, but they feel like Ultra Pro shuffling. These, like I said, they are acceptable for what they're worth. From there, we're going to go with the Pro Mat Ultra Pro sleeves, 60 count. A lot of the same, all these are 60 count. I don't know if I've used these ones specifically before. I might have and just probably haven't realized it. So we're going to take a peek at these. Alright, now that I've got these all sleeved up, these are the Ultra Pro Mat. They've got the matte finish, and it feels like it's not so much of a glossy front. So, so far they're nice. We got the nice snug borders, which I like in a card sleeve. The back, it's not too rough, not too gritty. The shuffle, they feel just the same as the Ultra Pro, the regular Ultra Pro sleeves. The problem that I have with Ultra Pro is that slick, front facing. It's not that bad with these because again they have not so much of a gloss front finish. Next, what we're going to go with is some Dragon Shield. These are the Crimson Matte. One thing I do like about the Dragon Shield product is they come in a nice neat box, so if anything you can always store some stuff in these, and it's got a nice heat shrink on them to go ahead and keep them nice and fresh, so you can throw these in your car and not worry about weather warping or anything like that, and be nice and neat. Now, my biggest grief with the Dragon Shield brand, as you'll see in a couple of seconds, is until they're broken in, and it takes a minute for these to break in because they do offer quite quality protection for your card sleeves. Those who love Dragon Shield will love them till the very end. Also, each one of the boxes for all the different colors, they feature a different dragon on them, and they all have this nice little neat story on the back. Alrighty, now that we got these sleeved up, as you can see, not only does the clear front it does give you a pretty nice picture of the card. When we're looking at them, the coverage as far as the protection, it's snug around these three sides, but there is a little bit more of a gap that's to be desired up at the top. The grittiness on the back as far as the gripping on it, that's protection you can feel. LOL. They're nice. I find them to be a bit more stiff as far as shuffling to them, and it may just be because there's more grit on the actual matte finish on the back. My biggest beef with them, like I was saying, is they retain a lot of air. So they are going to be a 40 card deck with Dragon Shield are going to be exponentially higher than, say, Ultra Pro. You're going to have anywhere from a ½ inch to maybe three quarters of an inch, depending on the age of the sleeves, of air that these sleeves retain. I don't know if this camera is going to be the best as far as showing it, but you can press these down and see them elevate and kind of rise up. And as far as new sleeves, they don't shift as much like the Ultra Pro, and I think it's due to the texture on the back. So next what we're going to discuss is the Ultra Pro Eclipse. I'm going a little bit out of order as far as which way I'm going to describe these. I'm not going to open this pack up because this is currently what I'm using on my Infernobles. So I'm going to go ahead and just look at something from this to discuss how I feel about these sleeves. So looking at them, it's got the real nice, snug outline around the card to where you don't have a whole bunch of sleeve coming up. The color options, they are kind of limited. As you can see, it's kind of got like a little, not as gritty as the Dragon Shield, but way more matte, I guess would be the correct way to describe it, as opposed to the Pro Matte sleeves. One thing I do like about these is no matter what your outside color is, your inside color is always going to be black. I don't know what it is about that I like, but it's interesting. Now these sleeves have only got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 games in them. They are a little rugged to shuffle, kind of like the Dragon Shield, but there is a noticeable difference. Even with that minimal amount of shuffling in them, they don't slide across the table as much. It's these are nice. This is what I'm going to stick with for a minute as I'm giving you guys a little minor look at my deck. These, if I wish these was a little bit more easy to come across in the Columbus area. I don't know if it's just a lack of people going to get them, or what, or if stores are just not ordering them. Following suit with the Eclipse sleeves, what I want to discuss is the Ultimate Guard Matte Supreme 60 count Japanese protection. This is what we had for Ultimate Guard and Yu-Gi-Oh size before the Katanas were released, and I'm not going to open these ones again. This is what I'm currently running on my dinosaurs. When we look at them, they have a real nice matte front and a pretty, they feel kind of like Ultra Pro as far as the backing goes. But the actual thickness, I guess, would be of the sleeve feels a lot sturdier in one of these as opposed to a generic Ultra Pro sleeve. These have got some time into them. They're not building up any kind of dirt or grime around them. The shuffle is real nice. These have probably got, I'd say, about 30-40 games into them. So they're a little bit broken. As you can tell, they don't slide as much. With these Ultimate Guard sleeves that are not the Katana branded, there is the matte front and then a gloss front. I will say that the matte front, which is what this sleeve is, I like a lot better than this company's Japanese size protective sleeves with the gloss finish, because the gloss finish on the front will just slide all over the place, similar to Ultra Pro. These are a good comparison to the traditional standard Ultra Pro sleeves, with the exception as they feel a bit more sturdier. Last but not least, we're going to talk about these Ultra Pro Katana sleeves. Those who play Magic will be familiar with these. These were just released as this past Wednesday. These are the Japanese size Katana sleeves. I'm excited to see how these are. So let's go ahead and crack these open. And we're not going to be gentle about it because this is one nice box. There we go. The only thing I will say about the Katana sleeves, from them being fairly new as far as this size, some of the color options are a little lacking. I believe at the store we were at earlier there was white, black, red, and blue. So I don't know what color variants we're gonna see with these. Now with the Dragon Shield and the Ultra Pro, you can get whatever color you can honestly picture. So just looking at these up front, they feel a little bit like a less gritty Dragon Shield, not as thick. So let's go ahead and sleeve a couple cards, and then we'll be back once I got them sleeved up. Alright guys, now that I've got these finished, how I would better describe these is kind of like a hypermat sleeve. The reason why I didn't grab any hypermat sleeves is they have a big following here in the Columbus area in Ohio. A lot of people really enjoy those sleeves, so they're not always in stock. But those who do know that the hypermats, you get that nice thick premium feel to it. These don't have as wide of a feel, I guess would be because the hypermat, in my opinion, stick out a little bit far. But they have that same feel as far as the backing to them. New sleeves, just open them up. They do slide a little bit, nothing near like the Ultra Pro ones. There is a little bit more gripping on the back. And they do feel like nice premium quality sleeves. After I move on from the Ultra Pro Eclipse, this is probably what I'm going to be running for a minute. We'd like to know what kind of sleeves that you guys like outside of the ones that I've shown you, what your opinions are on the ones that I've shown you. This is something I wanted to do to kind of give players a little bit of an understanding in case they have a limited resource area and they're a bit hesitant on buying things online before they get a chance to try them out. So do the whole YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to share it around to your peeps, go for it. But other than that, thanks for your time. Appreciate it, guys.